What is going on, guys? It is All Things Mets, where your latest Mets media. Definitely, guys. Welcome to the stream. If you're new, definitely, man. We got a lot to talk about. And definitely with spring training. We already see what's going on. We've seen some younger players. We've seen some guys. Definitely Drew Gilbert. Good hit today. I like what I saw from him. Good thing. What's going on, Yuki? How you doing, man? How you feeling, man? 520 is the new 420. I like that, man. I definitely like that, man. How are you feeling about spring training so far? About what's going on with the Mets? Man, I'd say this. I say me personally, I like what I seen. I like what I seen so far from spring training. Adrian Hauser had a good outing today. That's what I really liked. Good to see. Severino looked good, in his in his ramp up, his batting practice. Mets are screwed without Senga. Yeah, you're right. Mets are screwed without Senga. Does it look that way? I mean, we don't know, we don't know what's going to happen without Senga just yet. But yeah, it sucks. Losing Senga really does suck for the New York Mets because this guy Senga, this guy Kodai Senga was supposed to be your ace. This guy was supposed to be your glue to the rotation. And now you don't have that. So what do the Mets really have? Are you going to put Quintana in the first spot? Are you going to put Severino in the ace spot? I think Severino is probably going to be your ace going forward until Senga comes back. Quintana will probably be your number two. But just in general, when it comes to pitching, pitching is so important, guys. Pitching is so important. And the Mets, already this big injury, it just sucks. It's like the Mets don't have no luck. Mets have no luck. Sevy had a 7 ERA last year. Yeah, man. Severino did have a 7 ERA last year, but I hope that this guy can bounce back. I hope that this guy can do good. What is going on, Sonic? How you doing, man? How you feeling, man? How are you feeling about the Mets so far, spring training so far? The Mets are 3-1, baby. The Mets are 3-1. That's what I like to see. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you guys in here. Good to see Luis Angel Acuna, Jet Williams, these young guys. I like what I'm seeing so far, definitely from Acuna. I like his swing. I know that a lot of people don't think that he's going to hit for power. He's not like his. I'm not expecting Luis Angel Acuna to be like Ronald Acuna Jr., okay? But if Luis Angel Acuna could be a guy that could hit you 300, for batting average, and he can get you a couple of base hits, he can steal 50 stolen bases. That's what I want to see. I want to see that. So when it comes to the Mets, man, I want the Mets to shut down Senga for 2024 and sign TB for the league. Okay. Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Yuki, it's too early. It's too early to give up on the season. The season hasn't even started, man. We can't give up yet. We cannot give up yet, man. We just can't give it up, man. So let's Sonic, I'm doing fine. It's been 15 years since I became a Mets fan, man. I love being a Mets fan. I'm so happy being a Mets fan. I've been a Mets fan my whole life. I'm so happy, to talk some Mets baseball with you guys. Man, when it comes to the Mets, guys, spring training, I really like what I see from Tyrone Taylor. I really like what I see from him. I think that he can be a legitimate bench piece, or maybe he can be in the outfield for the New York Mets, the starting lineup. I don't know what you guys think about Tyrone Taylor, but I like him. I like his swing. I like how his power. This guy is good. I like this guy. Looks like Kodai is going to rest for a while. Yeah, definitely. Senga is going to be on the shelf for probably to maybe late May, maybe middle of mid-May, maybe mid-May. But what sucks about the injury is Senga got injured, before spring training. So now the ramp up is going to take even longer. But I think definitely if he's healthy and all that, he could be back by mid-May when it comes to the Mets. Cubs signed Bellinger for the price of Alex Cohen shoe collection. Can we get a discount for Monty and Snell? Oh my God, that's hilarious. I love that. I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. Look at this comment here, man. Cubs signed Bellinger for the price of Alex Cohen shoe collection. Can we get a discount for Monty? That's hilarious, man. I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, right. Wasn't it surprising? Wasn't it surprising to see Cody Bellinger and what he signed for? 80 million? We thought he was going to get 160 million. We thought he was going to get a multi-year contract, and he got 3-year contract with some opt-outs. Definitely Cody Bellinger. Obviously you would have loved to see him in the Mets, right? You would have loved to see him in the Mets, put him in the lineup. It would have been good to see, but they just didn't go that way. Many people, let me see here. Let me see what you say here. Many people were talking about the Pete Alonso extension. Yeah, man. Pete Alonso extension for sure. When it comes to the Mets, guys, Pete Alonso, this guy is the glue. This guy is the guy you want. He's an important piece. Okay, Pete Alonso. We heard Steve. If you don't know about Steve Cohen's comments, recently he said, "I want to sign Pete Alonso." He said Pete Alonso wants to sign him. So the owner of the New York Mets is saying that he wants to sign Pete Alonso. That's pretty big. So I think that Pete Alonso, obviously the Cubs are going to offer him a lot of money, and he's going to get a lot of money for sure. But he's not going nowhere, man. Pete Alonso's staying with the New York Mets. He's going to be a Met for life. I really think that. But I'm not giving Pete Alonso a 10-year contract. I am not giving Pete Alonso a 10-year contract. Let's not give this kid a 10-year contract, please. Pete Alonso's going to be 30 soon. Come on. I don't want to give this guy a 10-year, maybe a 7-year contract at most. But I'm not giving him more than that. Man. Did you see Francisco Alvarez home run? Yes, I did. Alvarez, good home run to see. He hit the ball opposite field home run, which that was good to see, because when it comes to Francisco Alvarez, his offense needs to be more consistent. Because we saw, if you didn't see, with Francisco Alvarez, he had a good month, then he had a bad month, then he had a good month, and then he had another bad month, and then he had another bad month. So Francisco Alvarez really only had 2 really good months of baseball. Now they were really, really good. But this guy, Francisco Alvarez, can be a star. He can be a real superstar for the New York Mets if he, fixes that offense consistent. We need for him to be consistent. I remember they extended Lindor for 10 years. But Lindor was a different story because Lindor was 27. Now Pete Alonso is 30 now. So you're not giving Pete Alonso 10 years. I'm sorry. No way you're going to give Pete Alonso 10 years. And if you do, it is what it is. But he's not going to play out that contract to 40 years old. Like, come on. I don't know what type of contract Pete Alonso is going to get. But when it comes to the Mets, Pete Alonso is very, very important, okay? He is going to be a Met going forward. I don't know exactly the contract. I'm going to guess a 7-year, maybe 8-year contract at most, 200-something mil. That's what he's going to get. But he's not getting more than that. He is not getting more than that. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the Mets, guys. But let's talk about this spring training game, guys. Today, Adrian Hauser. What did you guys think about Adrian Hauser today? Because I like what I saw from Adrian Hauser. He had 2 good innings. He had a strikeout. I like what I saw from Adrian Hauser. This is just spring training, so you can't really say a lot about spring training. But the Mets are 3-1 right now. I mean, did you expect that? Did you really expect the Mets to be 3-1 in spring training? Probably not, right? So as long as, Adrian Hauser has always been consistent. This guy has been a consistent guy. So when it comes to Adrian Hauser, I like this guy. I think he can be a consistent guy in the rotation. He could give you solid innings. He could pitch, 5 innings, maybe 6 innings. I like Adrian Hauser. He's probably going to be your number 3 starter. So it's probably going to be Severino first or Quintana first. And then, another guy like, Severino. So let's say Quintana first, Severino second. We got Adrian Hauser. Then we got Sean Manaea fourth. And then we probably got Tyler McGill. That's probably the rotation that we're going to get in 2024. What do you think about the Mets jerseys? Oh, the Mets jerseys. I the Mets jerseys is I like them. I like them. I think they're okay. I definitely think they're cool. Uh, but man, I don't know about these. These jerseys. What I really want to see is the City Connect jerseys. That's what I really, really want to see. I don't think that they put that out yet, just yet, right? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that they put that out just yet. What do you let me see here. How much time do you give Marte to perform on the Mets? I vote we give Marte a chance by Mother's Day. I'm gonna tell you this. Starling Marte is a very, very important player, for this season. Okay, this season, Starling Marte, the Mets need Starling Marte to be well. Now we have Starling Marte up to 2026. So when it comes to the Mets, Starling Marte is a very, very important player. I'm gonna give him a chance. This guy, the Mets need this guy to be good. They don't really have anybody in the outfield that could play the outfield like Starling Marte. So if Starling Marte is healthy, if he's good on his legs, then that's what you want to see. If he's good offensively, that's the Marte that we need. So let's not give up on Marte just yet, okay? I know he had a bad year last year. He had some injuries. I didn't like the way his swing was. I didn't like his lackadaisical play. But when it comes to Starling Marte in 2024, he's a very, very important player. He's very, very important. So I want to see Starling Marte perform, and I want to see this guy do good. I want to see him be the Starling Marte that I think that he can be. A guy that can steal you bases, a guy that can, this guy is good. Starling Marte is a guy that still can steal your bases. He's a guy that has some power. He's a guy that is a good, definitely could hit the ball opposite field as well. I like Starling Marte. I know last year was really, really a horrible year for Starling Marte, and it sucked to see because I really liked him. I was so happy when we got him. I was so happy. I'm not giving up. Number 6. Yeah, let's not give up. Let's not give up on him. Come on, let's not give up on Starling Marte just yet. But what do you guys think about Drew Gilbert today? He had a good swing. He had one hit, but it was an opposite field hit. We saw some of the future today, okay? We saw Drew Gilbert, who I really like. This guy, Drew Gilbert, this guy is gonna be a star for the New York Mets, okay? I can't wait to see him. I already could tell his approach is gonna be, he's gonna hit some home runs for sure. It's not like Drew Gilbert is not gonna have power, but he's gonna hit the ball opposite field. He's gonna hit the ball where it's pitched. That's what I like about Drew Gilbert. So when it comes to these young guys like Luis Angel Acuna, like Jet Williams, like Drew Gilbert, these guys are very, very important to the future of the New York Mets. But yeah, guys, what did you guys think about that spring training game today? Because man, when it comes to the Mets, it's getting close, right? I mean, we're getting close to the to. I know this is just the start of the spring training, but man, we're literally like a month away from baseball. We're from real regular season baseball with the New York Mets. What I really want to talk about is Jimon Choi. I like the home run today. This guy could possibly be your you know. So let me see here. Yeah, Jimon Choi. I like what I saw from him. This guy could possibly be your DH. And, when it comes to Mark Vientos, I don't know about Mark Vientos, man. I hope this guy performs. I hope this guy does well. But I haven't seen the Mark Vientos that I really want to see. He had a really good spring training last year, but that didn't amount to nothing in the regular season. Now, I'm not going to give up on Mark Vientos just yet. I'm not going to give up on him. But Jimon Choi, I like Jimon Choi. I think we should definitely put Jimon Choi in the discussion when it comes to the DH and not just give the job to Mark Vientos and DJ Stewart. What's going on here? Sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties right now. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, definitely the Vientos Bulls are coming soon. Don't worry. Yeah, man. The Vientos Bulls are coming soon. We'll see about Vientos. We'll see what's going on with, this guy Vientos needs to perform. He needs to do well. Mark Vientos is, if you didn't go for a guy like Jorge Soler, you didn't go for a guy like JD Martinez, you got to have Mark Vientos perform. This guy has to have a good season. So much pressure you have on Mark Vientos, so much pressure that you have on Brett Baty, so much pressure. So when it comes to the Mets, those guys need to perform, and they need to perform in 2024. They got to perform, because if they don't perform, it's going to be really, really bad for the Mets going forward, man. Choi has a good eye. Let me see. What's going on, Darren? How you doing? Choi has a good eye, and only swings at pitches in the zone. Yeah, it's like he could possibly be what Daniel Vogelback was supposed to be for the Mets. He could possibly be that, okay? So I like Ji-Man Choi. I definitely think this guy still has power. You saw it today. He hit a home run. He doesn't swing outside the strike zone, and he doesn't try to take a walk all the time. So let's really give this guy a chance. Let's really give the DH spot a competition. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see DJ Stewart just get the job and Mark Vientos just get the job. Make them work for it. Make them go and work for it in spring training. Like, if you perform in spring training, I'm going to consider you for the roster, the Major League roster in 2024, and the opening day roster. I'm going to consider you, because Ji-Man Choi, the Mets got him late, but he's already making a good impression. Now you got Luke Voit. Luke Voit is probably going to be in AAA. Let's not really think that Luke Voit is going to be a major leaguer, with the New York Mets in 2024 to start the season. That's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. But Ji-Man Choi, I like him. I like his swing. I like the fact that he doesn't swing outside the strike zone. It's a good thing to see. It's a good thing to see when you got Mark Vientos. All the pressure is on Mark Vientos right now, because this guy needs to perform. The Mets need this guy to be good. There's no really other option, when it comes to DH. Like, you're going to look really bad if Mark Vientos doesn't look good, because you didn't go for a guy like Jorge Soler. A guy that could get you 30 home runs. You know what I'm saying? So let's be a little patient. Okay, but the Bulls are coming. You're right. I'm not gonna lie. The Bulls are coming for Vientos, and they're gonna come fast. They're gonna come fast, because New York Mets fans do not have any patience. New York fans do not have any patience. But definitely, guys, I want to see this team be successful, okay? I want to see in 2024 this team do well. I want to see, the Mets shock some people, okay? A lot of people are saying, oh, the Mets are done. The Mets are done. Senga got injured. The Mets season is over. It's not over yet, okay? It hasn't even begun. It hasn't even begun. What's going on? Let me see what he said. What are the chances Alex Ramirez makes the Major League roster? No chance at all. No chance at all. Alex Ramirez has no possible chance to make the Major League roster in 2024. First of all, he had a struggling awful last year, okay? He did not have a good year. He had a down year. He went down the ranks in the prospects pools. So when it comes to Alex Ramirez, I like this kid still. This guy, he had a good swing today. He had a good opposite field double today. He could have got a triple, but I like his speed. I like this guy, but he's young, okay? Let's give him some time. But he's not going to be ready for the Major League roster in 2024. And I don't know if he's going to make the team in 2025. I don't know. Let me see. My thoughts of the spring training game today. It'd be nice if Juan Soto played for the Mets. Of course, it would be nice for if Juan Soto played for the Mets. I would love for Juan Soto to play for the Mets, but it's not something that we got, man. It's not. We don't have Juan Soto. Not just yet. We got to wait to 2025 for it to be for maybe he will be on the team. I don't know. But I don't know what Juan Soto is gonna do. But I'll tell you this: Juan Soto is gonna get so much freaking money, man. My goodness, if he's asking for 500 mil, he's crazy. Like, he's really crazy. But he could get it though, because Juan Soto is one of the lifetime talent. He's not an Ohtani. Okay, he's not an Ohtani. Juan Soto is not an Ohtani, but he's great. And he looks really good in a Yankee uniform, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a Yankee, I'm as a Yankee hater, I'm not gonna say that he doesn't look good, man. He looks good in a freaking Yankee uniform behind Judge. That lineup is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you said here. Nate Lavender, yes. Nate Lavender. Let's talk about Nate Lavender, guys. Oh my goodness. Guys, Nate Lavender, I like this guy. He's a lefty that goes right after the hitters. He has a good fastball. It's not even a 95 miles per hour fastball, but he gets strikeouts. He's going right after these guys. He has a little hesitation. You know what I'm saying? He has a little hesitation with the leg. I like this guy. I definitely think Nate Lavender should get a chance to be in the bullpen when it comes to the Mets, because I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Josh Walker, whatever his name is, the lefty that the Mets have right now, I'd rather have Nate Lavender than Josh Walker. Okay? I'd rather have Nate Lavender than Josh Walker, because Josh Walker has not been impressive. He's not been impressive at all. I'm not going to give up on Josh Walker just yet, but I like Nate Lavender. This guy's a guy that goes right after the hitters. You need a guy like that. And he's striking out right-handed hitters like the way he is. He has also what I like. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's throwing the fastball. He's throwing a fastball up and outside of the strike zone. So he's getting them to chase. That's what I really like about Nate Lavender. So this guy could be a real consideration to make the team in 2024. And I like him. The Mets need a guy like him. And I hope that they, don't let this guy walk, man. I don't know exactly what he has. Maybe Nate Lavender could be in AAA or something. I don't know if he has exactly options. But when it comes to Nate Lavender, can we have this guy in the bullpen, please, in 2024? Because we need him. We need him. Okay. Let me see here. Mets have been scoring runs with outs this spring, putting the ball in play. Key situations could be the influence of Chavez. Yeah, I like what you said there. I feel like that's what you want to see from the Mets. You want to see them put the ball in play. That is important, guys. When it comes to, RBI situations, that's what I love. I love when a player, goes to a different level, of thinking, when they have a guy on third base, when they have a guy on second base, when they have a guy in scoring position. So what I want to see, let's say a Brett Beatty, let's say a Mark Vientos. If you got a guy at third with less than 2 outs, put the ball in play. Okay, get the run in. That's what you want to see from these young guys. And yes, these are young guys, but I still want to see these guys put the ball in play. And those RBI situations, that is key when it comes to the Mets being successful, because you're putting up more runs. You know what I'm saying? You're not leaving runners on base. That's what you don't want to see. And we saw a lot of that in 2023, a lot. Let me see here. And Gilbert got an opposite field hit with 2 strikes. Yes, I like Drew Gilbert, guys. Drew Gilbert got a good hit today. I like what I saw from him. He got a good little hit. Love or hate the kid yelling, "Let's go Mets" every second. Love or hate. I mean, I'm not gonna hate anybody that's a Met fan, you know what I'm saying? Because you're expressing that you love the Mets, you know what I'm saying? So let's go Mets every single second. It could be a little distracting to the hitters, maybe, But I'm not gonna fault you for being a fan. I'm not gonna fault you for being a fan. I'm not gonna fault you at all. He was annoying. You're right. The kid could be annoying. Those kids could be annoying, and I get it. I get it. But um, you know, those are fans, man. That's how it's gonna be in the stadiums. Okay, people gonna express themselves, and I'll never fault anyone for expressing themselves, even if they're annoying, even if they're really annoying. But it is what it is. Former Met Daniel Murphy was on SNY booth. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Daniel Murphy was on the SNY booth. He sounded good. I like what he was saying. I like, what he has the knowledge of being a baseball player. So that's what I like that he brings. I like the little reactions that he had today also. You know what I'm saying? When somebody it was a Mets hitter and they almost got hit and he reacted like he was in the box. That was good to see. That was good to see. That's what you want to see. You want to see some life. You want to see somebody that has a good, energy to, being an announcer like that. So good for Daniel Murphy, man. Good for Daniel Murphy. But yeah, man, spring training today, good to see. Good to see. I like what I saw from Adrian Hauser. Also that Max Kranick kid too. He looked good as well. He looked good as well in the other game. But when it comes to spring training, guys, these are important games for Brett Beatty. These are important games for Mark Vientos. These are important games for the young kids. Okay. Darren, I'm gonna tell you this, Darren. Iglesias made some flashy plays today. Iglesias is a really good defender. He's always been a really good defender. He is okay. So when it comes to Joey Wendell, right? You lost Luis Guillorme, right? I'd rather have Jose Iglesias as the utility guy for the New York Mets because I do like Wendell as well, but Iglesias, he could swing a little bit. He could swing a little bit, and also he plays really good defense. He makes flashy plays like a Guillorme. So maybe Iglesias could make the team. I don't know, but I mean, if you did sign Joey Wendell, so he's probably gonna be the utility guy for the New York Mets in 2024. But I really like what I saw from Iglesias. He had a good opposite field double, in the other game as well. But you know, I like this guy. I've always liked Iglesias. I always liked him. He plays good defense. He could put the bat on the ball. So why not? Why not give Jose Iglesias maybe a chance to make the roster? Make it a competition. Don't I like Joey Wendell as well. I don't know what Joey Wendell is going to be for the Mets just yet. He doesn't have a lot of power. He doesn't have a lot of yeah, and that's the thing. So yeah. But today, guys, yeah, man, Daniel Murphy was in the booth today. Drew Gilbert had a good hit. Tyrone Taylor had another hit. Tyrone Taylor is impressing me, man. I really like this guy, Tyrone Taylor, a guy that has good speed, good power, can put the bat on the ball, has good exit velocity. Why would we not have, a guy like him, at least on the bench? You know what I'm saying? So I want Tyrone Taylor to make the team. Okay. Tyrone Taylor needs to make the team. I don't want to see him being in AAA or something like that. He needs to make the team. He could start maybe over Bader. You know what I'm saying? He could play a good left field. But Bader's gonna play center field. And then we're gonna have Brandon Nimmo play left. And then Starling Marte will play right field. I mean, you could put Tyrone Taylor at right field too. This guy is a good defender. He has a good swing. I mean, why not? Why not? But how we feeling, guys? How we feeling about the Mets so far? What are your thoughts on a popular Mets YouTube channel called All Things Mets Talk, which has a name quite similar to yours? I haven't really checked them out. I don't know how new are they? Are they have they done? Have they been in the the YouTube business for like probably maybe a year or something? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's channels similar to me. It is what it is. Um, I don't got no problem with it. I don't got no problem with it at all. It is what it is. I don't know what their channel like. All things Mets talk. Well, it is what it is. I mean, they want to have their name. I'll have my name. It is what it is. I'm not changing my name though. So yeah, but I don't care. I'm always gonna put out content for you guys. I'm always gonna be streaming for you guys. I want to work on my graphics as well. I'm gonna be working on the graphics. I'm gonna be working on the content. It's definitely gonna get a lot better coming soon for sure. But I just appreciate you guys just being on stream with me, talking baseball, talking Mets, and that's what I really love. Taylor made some good defensive plays the other day with 2 hits and he stole a base. I really like Taylor. I really like Tyrone Taylor. This guy, Tyrone Taylor, if he should make the team in 2024. Like, if he doesn't make the team, who are you gonna put in that spot? Are like I know they're gonna be limited to spots that they you have on the bench, but when it comes to the Mets roster, Tyrone Taylor is making a good impression. He's making a really good impression, and I like him. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. And he just has a really good swing, too. He hits the ball hard. And that's what you want to see out of a guy. You want Tyrone Taylor to hit the ball hard. You know what I'm saying? And man, guys, I'm really concerned about Brett Beatty. I am really concerned about Brett Beatty. I know a lot of people think that Vientos is going to get the Bulls. Beatty is going to get a lot of Bulls if he doesn't perform. I'm concerned about Brett. Are you guys concerned with Brett Beatty right now? You know what I'm saying? We're not even really seeing him a lot. I hope he plays in the next game. I want Beatty to be good because I really think Beatty could be the guy. At third base, he could be the guy offensively, but he just hasn't found it, man. And what he's doing in spring training, his swing, it's like he doesn't know how to lift the ball. He doesn't know how to hit for power anymore. Like, he lost everything that he has been taught. Like, in the minors, Beatty was a good guy, a good hitter, a guy that wasn't trying to pull the ball, a guy that was hitting the ball, hitting home runs opposite field. Like, Beatty could be that guy still. Like, he just has to find it, though. But I'm concerned about Beatty. I'm really concerned about Brett Beatty. I really am. I want this guy to be great. I want this guy. This is his last chance. In my opinion, you got so many guys in 2025 coming up. Beatty, this is his last chance. What do you guys think about Beatty, man? Do you think that Beatty, this is his last chance? Do you think that the Mets should trade Beatty? Do you think that they should just give up on Beatty? I don't know, man. I really don't know. I just think that I want him to be successful. I want him to do well. But yeah, no, defensively, he did look better. Defensively, he looks better, but offensively is a problem for me. Offensively, he needs to look better. Offensively, he needs to do way better than he has been doing. Okay. 2023 was a really rough year for Beatty, man. Really rough. And I just hope 2024 is a better year because when it comes to the Mets, you need Beatty to have a good year. You really do. You pick one guy to replace Senga, Lucchesi, Budo, or Miguel. Man. I don't like Lucchesi that much, but Lucchesi is like, he could be really good and then he could be really bad. Tyler McGill in that first spring training start, he couldn't even throw a strike. Like, his control is a problem. And Budo, I like Budo. Budo has actually been impressive lately. You know what I'm saying? The last year, Budo, that was impressive as well. He's been impressive. He has a good changeup. He's working on a slider. He has a good fastball. But who do I pick? Damn. I mean, all right. So you're asking me who do I pick? So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give the spot to Jose Budo to start the season. I'm gonna give him the spot. And that's kind of surprising because I didn't think Jose Budo was gonna be even in the mix. When it comes to the Mets in 2024, but he impressed in 2023 at the end of the season. He had a good, decent, a little month there. I like his changeup. His changeup is really good. He's working on his slider, but Tyler McGill also. I always been a fan of Tyler McGill, but we've given him enough chances. We've given him a lot of chances, and Tyler McGill, if he's not going to do well, then is he going to be the same? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Apparently, Tyler McGill has a cutter now. So I'm gonna pick Budo out of the guys that you said, though. I'm gonna pick Budo. Could we have another miracle Mets in 2024? I don't know, man. Am I gonna say that we can we have another miracle Mets in 2024? It's possible. It's baseball, man. Like nobody thought that the Diamondbacks was gonna make the World Series, bro, in 2023. Nobody had that thought in their head. Nobody. And they impressed and they had a good season and they got so far to the end. They didn't win. But still, they got so far. Like, what I love about baseball is that it's unpredictable, guys. When it comes to basketball, when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, you knew the season was over. You knew that the Warriors were going to win the NBA championship. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You knew that was going to happen. But when it comes to baseball, not even the Dodgers are a lock for the World Series. Not even the Dodgers. And they have Ohtani. They have Yamamoto. They have Freddie Freeman. They have Max Muncy. They have a whole bunch of stars. They have good pitching. They have so many. They just picked up Enrique Hernandez too. Kike, you know what I'm saying? So, but they're not a lock. They're not a lock to win the World Series. That's what I love about baseball. These guys are not a lock. The team, there's 30 teams in the MLB, okay? 30 teams. Anybody could win. Okay? Because when you look at an example, okay, of anybody could win, the 2019 Nationals, did anybody really think that they were going to win the World Series? No, you didn't. You didn't think that they had a chance to win the World Series. You didn't think that they had a little chance to win the World Series, but they got hot at the right time. They had the right guy. Soto carried them, and he made them win against the freaking Astros, man. So when it comes to the Mets, I just don't know if the Mets are going to be the miracle Mets in 2024. It's possible, but is it going to happen? McGill is good for a few innings, but loses velocity. Could be suited for the bullpen. But Darren, I'm gonna tell you this, man. We tried McGill in the bullpen before. We tried him in the bullpen. I really thought that he was gonna be a good bullpen piece for the Mets, but the Mets tried him in the bullpen and it didn't work. So what are you really gonna do? I don't know. Do you believe in the Mets curse? Am I gonna say I don't know. Do I believe in the Mets curse? I mean, why did they get cursed? Why did the Mets get cursed? Why did the actual Mets get cursed? Who put the curse on the Mets? Because yes, the Mets have a lot of injuries, like out of nowhere. Like Senga, come on, man. Like the Mets just can't get any luck. Like Verlander last year got injured. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But do I believe in the curse? Why did they exactly get cursed? Can you explain to me why they got cursed? Can you explain to me? I think that the Mets have a lot of bad luck. The curse occurred during 1986 season. They sold their soul to the devil. Damn. Really? Damn. Well, I don't know what to say about that, man. I don't think. I mean, I hope that they aren't cursed, right? You hope. Like as a Met fan, you hope. I've been a Met fan my whole life. I'm 26 years old, about to be 27 in May. But I love the Mets. I always love the Mets. But I love God. Okay, I love God, and I always love God. But that's crazy. That's crazy. But okay, let's get back to baseball, guys. When it comes to the New York Mets, 2024, this is a big, big year for the Mets. Okay, because they could have a really horrible season, and that could possibly be the case, or they could surprise a lot of people and start winning a lot of games. They could be 500 at the right time. They could make by the trade deadline, they could make a big trade, maybe get a guy like JD Martinez, maybe get a guy like Jorge Soler or somebody like that. They could make a big trade for an offensive piece, and then they could just keep going and ride the wave to the playoffs and to the World Series. Like, it's possible. It's possible because that's what I love about baseball, man. It's possible. Like, you can't say it's not possible because the season hasn't started and you don't know what the team is going to look like in 2024. You don't. Like, yes, the pitching is not great. The pitching is mediocre, but you don't know what they're going to be. Sean Manaea could have a really good season for the Mets. He could have a really good season. Really good season for the Mets. Luis Severino could have a bounce back season. Quintana could have a good season. Like, Adrian Hauser could surprise you. Like, there could be dark horses. There could be stuff that you didn't expect to happen. That's what I love about baseball. That's what I always loved about baseball. Nobody thought that Senga was going to be that amazing last year. Nobody. But he had a really good rookie year, and he was in the running to win the Cy Young, so he was in the running for the rookie of the year. He wasn't going to win it, though, obviously, when you got Corbin, Carroll. So, but when it comes to the Mets, guys, this team, they can surprise a lot of people in 2024. And that's what I really like. Like, there's less pressure on the team. There's less expectations. So this team can really perform and do well. They really can. But yeah, man, how are we feeling about the Mets so far? If you're new to the stream, definitely, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The more likes we get on the stream, the more people can see the stream and come out to the stream. But definitely, guys, what do you guys think about the Mets so far? Okay, are you completely losing hope on the Mets, or are you maybe you're curious about seeing what's going to happen? Do you blame the Mets fan base for it? It can feel like the Mets are surrendering before the season even starts. The season hasn't even started, okay? I don't think that the Mets are surrendering anything. They're not giving up on the season, guys. They're not punting the season. That's not what the Mets want to do. Yes, they didn't go after so many big free agents because they really wanted Yamamoto. They put all their eggs in that basket. That basket did not end up being well for the Mets. It is what it is, okay? They could have got a guy like Jorge Soler, but it didn't work into their future plans. They could have got a guy like JD Martinez. It's possible they still could get JD Martinez because he still is a free agent. I don't know when they're going to sign him. I don't know who's going to sign him. I don't know what type of money JD Martinez is even asking for or what type of years he's asking for. But the Mets, I'm not going to say they're punting the season because they're not. They're not punting the season. You still got Francisco Alvarez. You still got Pete Alonso. You still got Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor, one of the best shortstops in all of baseball, had a really good season. Yuki said, Randy, no lie, the Mets are full Former Yankees, and I hate the Yankees. No, you're right. I don't like the Yankees either, buddy. I don't like the Yankees. I never will like the Yankees. Okay, I do not. I never will like the Yankees. Every time the Mets, but this is a good point. This is a really good point by Darren right here. Every time the Mets have had a former Yankees as a manager, they made the playoffs. Okay, you had Berra in 73, you had Randolph in 06, and you had Showalter in 22. And now you have Carlos Mendoza in 2024. That's a good point by Darren. I like that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where this goes for the Mets because I want this team to be successful. But yeah, man. But let's get back into the spring training game, the discussion about spring training. How are we feeling so far about spring training? Who do you want to see in spring training more? I want to see Starling Marte start. I think he's going to start soon. I heard Carlos Mendoza was making some comments about Starling Marte that he should be good to play in spring training soon. So I want to see Severino have a good start. I want to see Drew Gilbert also play a little bit more. I like, man, Drew Gilbert, good swing today. Ji-Man Choi, good swing, good home run. Ji-Man Choi he really could be in discussion for a DH spot. Mark Vientos, I don't know what I think about Mark Vientos. I've never been big on Mark Vientos, but I want to give this guy a chance, right? You want Mark Vientos to do well, man. We heard him in commentary the other day. We heard him, when they were asking him questions. This guy sounds like a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like a good guy. He sounds like a guy that works hard. But Mark Vientos, what I'm going to say about Mark Vientos, and I'm going to say this because he's never got a real consistent shot. This is his consistent and only shot for the New York Mets, okay? You didn't go for a guy like Jorge Soler. You didn't go for a guy like JD Martinez to give this guy the spot. So Mark Vientos better perform in 2024. And if he doesn't, trade him and get him out of here. I want to see Zach Short play more at second base. Yo, Zach Short is impressive. I like Zach Short. Defensively, this guy could play in so many positions. I like Zach Short a lot. But you have Joey Wendell. Where the hell is Joey Wendell? Is he injured? Is he on a list to play soon? Brandon Nimmo hasn't even played a spring training game. When are they going to play? When are we going to get Brandon Nimmo in spring training? When are we going to get Joey Wendell in spring training? What is going on with that? Has anybody talked about that? Starling Marte is supposed to start soon. Good for him. Good for the Mets because we need Starling Marte to do well. We need Brandon Nimmo to do well. Oh, man, I'm going to tell you this. I love Brandon. Brandon Nimmo, I made a video the other day, and that was about Brandon Nimmo not being the leadoff hitter in 2024. I really think if we put Brandon Nimmo in a different spot than the leadoff, it's going to help the Mets lineup. It's really going to help the Mets, and that's what you want to see out of the Mets. You want to see, some consistency in the lineup. And if Brandon Nimmo is in a different spot than the leadoff, he can be a more aggressive hitter. He can be in RBI situations. He can drive in runs and not just be a leadoff hitter that gets on base, tries to walk. I like Brandon Nimmo when he's more aggressive. That's my opinion on Brandon Nimmo. But yeah, man, spring training so far, good to see. Good to see the Mets, you know what I'm saying? Luis Angel Acuna, good to see him. Jet Williams, he got a little base hit the other day. Good to see that. Infield hit. Okay. Beatty got a couple of infield hits, I guess. But Beatty, Vientos, these guys, they need to perform in 2024. They have to. Because if they don't, what's going to happen to the Mets, okay? They're going to have a mediocre season. Oh, yeah, that was good to see. Legend Darryl Strawberry in spring training. Yeah, Darryl Strawberry has been around with the Mets, spring training for some time. He had some comments about Pete Alonso also in the offseason. He really wants Pete Alonso to be with the Mets. But Darryl Strawberry, He's good to see him around the Mets. Good to see David Wright around the Mets. Good to see Daniel Murphy around the Mets. I like that. I like when spring training you got those guys, you got those veterans, Hall of Famers, whatever you want to call them. Those guys that have experience around, the New York Mets, because young guys can learn a lot from, veterans. And I hope that Beatty can learn. I hope that Vientos can learn. And I hope that Alvarez can learn. But consistently, we need to see Alvarez better. We need to see him have a more consistent season offensively, because if he does, if Francisco Alvarez figures it out offensively consistently, this guy is going to be a superstar. He's going to be a guy that can hit you 30 home runs. He's going to be a guy that can hit you a 280 batting average. That's what you want to see out of Francisco Alvarez. And catching wise, you want to see him get better as well. I really like the way he catches also. Francisco Alvarez is a mainstay in the New York Mets. We know that. But Beatty and Vientos, I don't know. But good to see, guys. Good to see Adrian Hauser have a good start. Good to see Luis Severino throwing the ball as well. I hope that he gets a start soon. When is the next spring training game? Is it tomorrow? I don't know exactly when it is, but I want to see Starling Marte play. I want to see Nimmo play. I want to see Bader play. Where the hell is Bader? Is he injured or something? Or they just they're just not giving him run right now, I guess they want to get Brandon Nimmo and those guys some play later on or something like that. And it is what it is. That I think is better. You know, when you don't have Brandon Nimmo in every single spring training game, he doesn't get injured, So I hope that, that they're smart with what they're doing in spring training with the Mets. Okay. But yeah, how does everybody feel about the Mets so far? I think McNeil raises his value, could be traded next year and replaced by Jet Williams, who walks more, steals more bases, and is cheaper. Oh, Darren, that's a good point. Jeff McNeil, this guy, Jeff McNeil, it's like, I like Jeff McNeil, but his attitude is something, man. His attitude, he gets too much in his head. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, he's a machine sometimes. And then, he has a bad year. Last year was an okay year for Jeff McNeil, not a great year. So maybe we'll have a great year from Jeff McNeil this year. But Jeff McNeil, we got him until probably 2025 or 2026 or something like that, because we did extend him. We did give him an extension. So, but Jet Williams, guys, I like him, but he's not going to be an infielder for the New York Mets. He's not going to be an infielder. So I don't know if he could replace Jeff McNeil with the defensive for being so versatile. So when it comes to the Mets, you want this guy to be successful, Jet Williams and Jeff McNeil too. But I mean, we'll see what Jeff McNeil does, man. I want Jeff McNeil to be successful, but I don't know. Like I've never loved the player, like Jeff McNeil. Like I was happy when he came up. I was happy, but his attitude is just something that it's and he gets in his head too much. I don't know. Where is Fuji? 104 miles per hour fastball. Fuji is he had to go somewhere for personal matters, so I think we'll see Fuji soon. Let's give Fuji some chance, some time. But he had to go fix something personal with his family, or he had to fix something personal with his whatever he had to fix, whatever he had to deal with. So it is what it is with Fuji. I think Fuji is going to be a mainstay in the bullpen, regardless. You saw Jorge Lopez also had a good, a relief appearance as well. Nate Lavender could be a really good reliever for the Mets in 2024. I really think this guy could make the team in 2024. And then, Yaxiel Rios, I like that kid too. So the Mets have some options in the bullpen, man. The Mets have real options in the bullpen. And the bullpen could be the best, thing for the Mets. The bullpen could be what saves the Mets. Because you're gonna have guys like Luis Severino, Sean Manaea, Quintana. Maybe they won't have great starts, but you're gonna have a really good maybe bullpen. Like they have a potential to be a better bullpen than last year, and last year was a horrible bullpen. Other than David Robertson, and I guess Adam Ottavino, that's all we really saw out of a. Drew Smith was horrible last year, horrible. Josh Walker, it is what it is. Josh Walker. I don't know. I don't love Josh Walker. I never did. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the bullpen. We'll see what happens with the Mets going forward. Can you explain why Tommy Pham is not signed? Can I explain why Tommy Pham is not signed? Tommy Pham is a guy that definitely, you mean like not signed in the majors, or you mean like not signed with the Mets? Because I don't think he's coming back to the Mets at all. So especially with his comments and what he has said about the Mets and calling them lazy and that type of that, and saying that they don't have a lot of work ethic. Tommy Pham, he's going to get a spot in another team. They're going to sign Tommy Pham. Trust me, maybe the Diamondbacks will sign Tommy Pham. Maybe another team will sign Tommy Pham. I don't think that Tommy Pham is really, like, he had a really good season with the Mets. Decent time with the Diamondbacks. He made it to the World Series. Like he had a good season. He had a good season, but he hasn't signed yet. I mean, you still, you had Bellinger out there, so he had to sign first, I guess. You got guys like JD Martinez who hasn't signed. Like, there's more important guys to sign than Tommy Pham right now, and that is definitely JD Martinez. JD Martinez is more important than Tommy Pham. So we'll see what happens with Tommy Pham, but I don't think he's going to be a Met ever in his career again, especially his comments. And he probably did that to himself, or he probably doesn't want to play with the Mets. And if he doesn't, good for him. I personally liked Tommy Pham with the Mets. I like what he brought. He brought his power. He brought some speed. He played a good outfield. He didn't strike out a lot. He hit the ball hard. That's what I like about Tommy Pham. So I don't know if maybe he didn't make those comments, he would have been a Met in 2024. I don't know. I really don't know. But you got Bader, you got Nimmo, you got Marte, you got Tyrone Taylor, you got Trace Thompson. They're not going to sign Tommy Pham, but is he going to sign another team? Maybe he'll sign with maybe the Phillies or something. Maybe he'll sign with he's definitely going to sign with another team. This guy is talented, man. He's going to get a shot. He's going to get a major league deal. He's definitely going to get a major league deal. But yeah, man. I'm going to be ending the stream soon, but man, my last thoughts. What's your last thoughts on the Mets, guys? What do you guys think about the Mets, right now? Or are you just losing hope in the Mets right now? Or are you just like, because I don't know, man. Like, we gotta wait for the regular season, guys. Okay, we can't give up on the Mets yet. Yes, they lost Senga, and it's a blow. It's a blow. It's a real blow for the Mets, man. Senga would have been a real good piece to start the season, and because he was gonna be your glue. You know what I'm saying? This guy was gonna be your consistent pitcher, your consistent ace, and now you don't have that. I just hope that Senga gets healthy because he's going to be really, really important in 2024, man. So maybe the Mets can hold down the fort. Maybe those guys can hold down the fort. Maybe a Jose Butto gets the spot. Maybe a Tyler McGill gets the spot. And maybe Tyler McGill impresses. I don't know. I just don't think that these guys, like now they have more pressure. The starting rotation has more pressure now that Senga's injured. And that's not a good thing for the starting rotation. That's not even a good starting rotation right now. Last hope for the Mets, we signed Snell, Monty, Chapman, Martinez, and we win 100 games. Oh, Yuki, man. Like, we not signing Snell, buddy. The Yankees are probably more likely to sign Snell. And Monty ain't signing with the Rangers or any. He ain't signing with the Mets. Okay, he's not signing with the Mets, and he ain't signing with the Yankees either. Martinez ain't signing with the Mets. Chapman, I think Chapman already signed. Didn't he? But yeah, man, I don't know, man. When it comes to the Mets, I'm not going to lose hope, okay? We're not losing hope in the Mets, guys. We are not losing hope. We are Mets fans, and we are not going to lose hope, okay? Yes, the 2024 offseason wasn't amazing, but guys, we still have Francisco Lindor. We still got Jeff McNeil. We still got Pete Alonso. We still got, what I'm saying, Starlin Marte. We still got Bader. We still got Nimmo. We got Edwin Diaz coming back. These are positives. Positives, guys. Yeah, LFGM, man. Yeah, Darren. Let's go Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets, man. Let's go Mets. Let's not give up. Let's not give up on the Mets, man, because we don't know what the season is going to be, okay? We don't know. They could start the season hot. They could start the season winning 5 straight games. Like what? Okay, let's say right now they win 5 straight games. What are you going to think? Are you going to think, "Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. We got this"? Are you going to have some confidence? You're going to be like, "Oh no, we're done. We're done. We won 5 straight games to start the season, but we're not going to do nothing else." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really going to think about the Mets right now? Like, you don't know Francisco Alvarez is going to have a good, hopefully, first year. He's going to have be healthy. He's going to be, a more consistent player offensively. Maybe Beatty will find it. Maybe Mark Vientos will find it. Maybe out of nowhere, the Mets are going to have a really good season and start hitting the ball very, very hard and well. Maybe they're going to start putting the runners on, base and be good in RBI situations. I don't know. This is the thing. You don't know what the team is going to be yet. So we just can't give up on the Mets just yet, guys. We can't. So let's be a little patient. Okay, we're not signing Snell. We're not signing Monty. We're not signing JD Martinez. Okay, we ain't signing nobody else. It's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. It's not happening, guys. And it sucks. It sucks because like you could have got a guy like Jorge Soler. You could have got him. And he would have drastically helped your lineup. He would have drastically helped the Mets offensively. But you didn't get him. JD Martinez is still out there. Is there a chance that the Mets even go for him? Are they completely done? I think that the Mets, I just don't see them getting JD Martinez. As much as I really wanted him, he's an older player. What are you going to give him? 2 years and opt out after the first year? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to give him? 60 mil? 40 mil? I don't know what you're going to give him. Darren said, and Alonso should have a good year, a big year on his walk year. Yeah, he should be very motivated to have a great year. That's what the Mets have going for positives. Because 2024, this is his last year until free agency. So the fact that right now the Mets don't want to give him an extension, the Mets do not want to extend Alonso. They want to let him walk, go into free agency, and let him prove himself. Steve Cohen said if he hits 500, if he hits 55 home runs, that would be a good that would be good for him and good for the team. Because Steve Cohen got money, guys. He got money. It's not like he doesn't have money. The Mets are not poor. This is not the Wilpons, okay? This is not the Wilpons. Let's hold those horses, okay? Let's hold those, because this is not the Wilpons. We have Steve Cohen. Yes, 2024 wasn't the big off season that everybody wanted. it wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't what a lot of people wanted. And I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You lost a lot of pitching. You lost, definitely, guys offensively. So you didn't make a lot of drastic changes. But what I'm gonna say, what the Mets have going, is that they have, Jeff McNeil that didn't have such a good year. If you look at statistics, he has a really good year when he doesn't have a good year. He doesn't have a good year every year. You know what I'm saying? So he had a okay year last year. He could have a big year, batting title year this year. That's more likely. You got Lindor, I like Lindor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about Lindor. I don't think I'll ever be worried about Lindor. As much, we know what we're going to get from Lindor. He's going to struggle in the first half of the season, and then he's going to get hot, and then he's going to have a good second half of the season. That's what Lindor is going to be. Okay. And then you got guys like Pete Alonso, his walk year. He's going to want to have a big, big year for the New York Mets and for himself. You saw Aaron Judge, what he did in his walk year. Hit 60 freaking 2 home runs. I'm not going to say Pete Alonso's going to hit 60 home runs, but it's possible. It's possible. The guy hit 53 home runs before. Like, it's possible. And what I love about Pete Alonso is that he had such a hot start to the season. He had such a hot start, and then he got hit with the pitch in his freaking finger or something. And after that, it was over. After that, Pete Alonso came back from injury way too soon. Way too soon. I did not like that. Pete Alonso came back from injury way too soon, and the Mets let him come back, and he struggled. He was injured, and he still came back. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Let me see and the Mets have a lot of 1-year prove-it deals on players, which should motivate them. Yeah, you got like Severino. You got Sean Manaea. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that want to prove themselves going forward. And that is huge when it comes to the Mets. That is huge when it comes to motivation. You want these guys to be motivated. You want these guys to do well. So we'll see what happens with those guys. We'll see what happens with, these guys. But you don't know what they're going to be, man. You don't know what's going to happen with these guys. But let's just hold up hope for these guys to do well. And we'll see what happens, man. But I'm going to end the stream here, guys. If you enjoyed the stream, definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming to the stream. This was kind of like a late stream today, but you guys showed up. You guys talked baseball. And I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Definitely thank you so much for for interacting with the stream. And you guys are awesome, man. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And we are getting closer to the 1,000 subscriber mark. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it flowing. And Mets season is about to start soon. You know what I'm saying? We're a month away. I can't wait for the season. I'm going to have a lot of streams on the way, a lot of things, a lot of content, so we'll see, man. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. LFGM for life. You know the vibes. Stay blessed.